Hi, it's Joanne Fedler here with another SpoonFed writing tip. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how you find your authentic writing voice. The idea of an authentic writing voice is something that distinguishes each writer from one another. It's almost like your particular personality on the page, and it's this elusive sound of who you are in language when you write. It can take a lifetime to really try and get to one's authentic writing voice. It's a sort of an intimacy that develops over time as you develop your style, how you want to be known, what kind of a writer you want to be known as. And we start off really by looking for our writing voice by looking at writers that we enjoy and that we admire and that we would like our writing to be like. So don't fret if you don't know exactly what your authentic writing voice is. It can take a really long time to work that out. But the way we get there are clues, and the clues are the writers that we love and admire. And we start off sometimes by even copying the style of writers that we like. So if you like a writer who writes in short, sharp sentences, you might try that out a little bit. And if you like a writer that's more evocative and descriptive and emotive, then definitely try that as well. And you can actually use an exercise where you start by actually copying by hand a paragraph that you love from one of your favorite writers, and then just keep writing when you get to the end of the paragraph, almost as if you sort of pick up the way in which they write by copying out the language that they use. So that's one way of starting off to find out what your writing voice is. Another way to do it is obviously to work out who you are, because your writing voice is your personality on the page. So it's interesting to try and, through language, find out who you really are. Obviously, all your life experiences, everything that you have seen and discovered, the way in which you look at the world, all of that is going to be part of your writing voice. So the better you know yourself, the more you've examined who you are, the closer you will come to your writing voice. Each of us obviously has all the same senses, but we all see things in a different way. Some of us see shapes more than color. Some of us see the spaces around things. Some of us can see through things or under things or above things. We might have a more holistic view of things. Each of these specific ways in which we experience the world will be part of our writing voice. So explore your senses, explore the way in which you experience the world. Your writing voice is never going to be a cliche. In other words, if somebody else has said it, if it is a borrowed thought or a borrowed emotion or a borrowed sensation, use that as your starting point, as your entry point, and then look again. And then look again, look deeper, look in many different ways, just like the Japanese painter Hokusai said, who painted Mount Fuji from 100 different views. He said you could never really understand something unless you'd seen it from 100 different views. We may not have the time to look at anything from 100 different views, but the idea of looking at something in lots of different ways is very, very helpful in order for us to figure out exactly what it is we think about something. So start off by looking closer, deeper, more intimately at things. Experience the world in the way that only you can. Try and put what you experience, what you see and hear and feel and taste and touch into language, and you will slowly start to get towards that unique writing voice that is entirely yours and that makes you stand out from every other writer under the sun. If you found this useful, please pass the SpoonFed tip on to somebody else, or just keep writing.